Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the theeradillo FC. I'm your host and the ugliest Manchester United fan in the world, theeradillo. As you can see on the screen and are listening, we have a loss 3-2 to RB Leipzig in our final fixture of the group stages for the Champions League, which also means we are knocked out. We are going to the Europa League, unfortunately. Yeah. Let's get into it. Let's get into this review. Moving into the starting formation, starting lineup. I was a little off, obviously. I did mention that Luke Shaw was traveling with the team. Little did I know, I really didn't think Luke Shaw would have been a part of the starting lineup. And it's one reason why we lost the game. There's multiple other reasons. But this was the starting lineup. It was a 3-4-1-2. RB Leipzig started with a 3-4-2-1. And it was a good call versus our setup. We have the back three of Luke Shaw, Harry Maguire, and Victor Lindelof. Right behind them between sticks is Big Dave. Alex Tellez on the left wing back position, and on his opposite side, Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Two midfielders of Nemanja Matic and Scott McTominay. Then we have in the 10, Bruno Fernandes, and up top, the two academy products of Marcus Rashford and Mason Greenwood. Yeah. So that was our formation. Let's get into how and why, I guess. We're going to be going back from this screen to the other one. Let's look at the review. As you can see, and as you're hearing, Angelino was first on the board for RB Leipzig, the top scorer for Leipzig, and is continuing his good run of 2020 for them. Really good. Oh, actually, they did not credit him with that goal. Wait, maybe that's wrong. That should be wrong. It should have been him. Regardless, unless it's Jose Tasenda, which is, I'm guessing him. Yeah, I guess he has multiple names. What a surprise from a Spanish guy. He opened up scoring real early, almost as soon as the game started, with 2 minutes in. 13 minutes in after that, his teammate, number 8, I don't know his first. Amadou Hadara was the one who scored right after him. Similar goals. We'll get into what it looked like. He scores a similar goal to Angelino, but on the opposite side. Then Obron actually, for Leipzig, had a goal disallowed off of VAR because he was offsides right after. Almost. No, it wasn't right after that. It was the 30th minute. It felt like it was almost right after that. Bruno Fernandes did pick up a yellow card, and we'll get into that with the ref at the end. Off the 5th minute, which was pretty quick. But then Leipzig followed with 2 other yellow cards. And then Luke Shaw got another yellow right before half. And we were looking very terrible. One of the reasons why we looked so terrible was because of this guy. Camp. I don't know his first name, but he played really well today. Honestly, my man of the match for RB Leipzig. Just a guy that just neutralized Bruno Fernandes. Bruno, I wouldn't say he was non-existent, but he really shut him down to what Bruno likes doing. He just didn't allow that to happen this time around. Yeah, he had a great game. Then we had a couple switches, and we'll look at that real quick as well. This was, I'm guessing, kind of what it looked like in the starting of the second half. As I'm going to transition, we switched up into a 4-3-3 3-1-2. It was really weird on the movement and the positioning of everyone because of the inclusion of Donny van der Beek for Alex Telles. Alex Telles has not been a guy that is like seemed like he's gonna last. So then Luke Shaw moved over to left. See Donny right over here on the left. But it felt like he was more. It felt like more of a 4-2-2-2. He was more up in the areas where Bruno was at half, but offered a lot more energy. I don't want to say it changed the game, but we came out a little bit better. It was really embarrassing in that first half, honestly. Really embarrassing. I thought a substitute that really helped us out was Brandon Williams for Luke Shaw. That eventually came for us. But obviously it didn't save us. But definitely a guy that was a lot more bright, wanted it more. It seemed like a guy that just wants to be on the pitch versus the guy he replaced in Luke Shaw. Then Kluivert scored for Leipzig in the 69th minute. I don't even remember the goal, honestly. It happened so fast. Like, the game just happened it just ended about 10 minutes ago, so off the top of my head, I don't even remember this goal. But honestly, I was looking down probably. That happened, and it seemed like it was basically over. Honestly, that was the nail in the coffin. Haha. And then we actually started to come alive there. And that was, I think, because of Brandon Williams a bit. He was starting to make some more daring runs into the box. Started to really annoy Leipzig, Jesus, a bit. And then we subbed off Matic for Pogba in the, I believe, right after that. Yes. Oh no, they both came on at the same time. Sorry. And it started to change a little bit. We started to get more offensive, a little bit better clinically. Obviously, after those two subs, they did score with Kluivert, like I mentioned. And then we won a penalty in the 80th minute, which then Bruno Fernandes converted. And Paul Pogba in a weird... I don't know if they're going to count that for him, or they might count it for Harry Maguire, because it did go off of Harry Maguire's head, which was kind of funny at the time, but not at the end. Then scoring in the 82nd minute, Paul Pogba. And then United, we tried to do another one of these second half comebacks, which was totally unsuccessful. Yeah. Definitely we're not a second half team or a second half winning team. We definitely became a glimpse of that second half team from the West Ham and the Southampton games. But in the end, just wasn't good enough. We're going to go back to this lineup. I don't think I'm going to... Once I'll make the subs in... Actually, we're going to go back to the other lineup. To show what our positioning of that first goal, which is god-awful. Telles was in more, and then Luke Shaw. It was just like a weird setup to where basically everyone dropped back, and it was a cross in, and it either was Telles or Shaw that didn't stop the cross in, and basically Aaron Wan-Bissaka sleeping a little bit back on this backside. Basically how it was like this weird off like U shape you're looking at right now, where Aaron Wan-Bissaka is like not curving this thing up as much as Telles. Basically Angelino, pacey guy, beats him easily, and it's 1-0. And then it happened on the other side as well. And this one is a little bit more weird because of the positioning of Luke Shaw and Telles, because Luke Shaw was actually out here trying to go after midfielders and stuff. This guy is just like I don't know how to explain Luke Shaw right now, but it seemed like they switched positions in this one, where the cross came in from the opposite side, and Tella's getting beat back here, and then Hadira scoring on the opposite side. Luke Shaw had a terrible game. Probably one of the worst games I've ever seen him play in a United shirt. I've sold my stock on him personally, and I'll probably get after him, not right now, but in kind of the aftermath podcast that I'm going to record tomorrow. But just a guy, I mean, I'm a big guy and everything, but the dude, like, I got little man titties, like, they're not very big, you know, and I'm actually kind of proud of them because they're not very big, but they're also, I got like some cushion right there. But dude, this guy, they're about the same size as mine, dude. Honestly, it's he's out of shape and he's playing after coming back from an injury. I don't know. Ollie's selection is super sus. When I see Luke Shaw in that lineup after not playing for I don't know how many weeks now, and you're gonna expect him to go on the road in Germany and play. Now I'm going after Ollie on that, and like I said, I'm trying not to go after him. We're gonna talk about this a little bit later on, but man, on my stock on him. But Luke Shaw just terrible defending. I know there was one moment where he saved us a little bit with a terrible back pass from Aaron Wan-Bissaka, but just a player that he's gone in the summer, and Brandon Williams is gonna most likely fill in that spot for him and compete with Alex Telles, because now he's like, I don't even know if he's worth the third choice left back, because it was just, like I said, one of the worst performances I've ever seen Luke Shaw in a United shirt. Then the second formation that we're showing right now, so Brandon Williams came on for Luke Shaw. And then Axel actually got into the pitch. He was subbed on for Lindelof. A little shaky a bit in the game. I don't know. I don't know what you can expect from a guy that you're just subbing in, or expect much. I mean, he didn't concede anything. There was some questionable stuff where at the tail end where he was losing the ball back here and trying to do a little too much. But I thought he did all right coming off. And then for Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Fosu Mensah came on. A little bit different, a little bit better in the final third, but not much better. And defensively, he did all right, actually. It wouldn't be a terrible thing to give him some games in the future, especially when we're going to get into these Premier League midweek games, to give him some starts for Wan-Bissaka, just to give him some rest as well, but also give him some confidence. Give Aaron Wan-Bissaka a little bit run for his money, even though he's one of those guaranteed guys to start for us. But I definitely want someone to be breathing behind his neck. And then with Matic and Pogba switching out, then it became more of a who came on after. I'm trying to think right now. Because the formation after this was like a complete mess. It was just everywhere after Pogba came on. Because he was like there was one holding midfielder, which was Scott McTominay, and then you saw Donny and Pogba just pushing up. So it was like a mixed formation that just like changed shape as the game progressed in the end. So there's like it's not even worth like showing on the screen. But yeah, there was a moment in the first half as well to note where, there were actually two moments where Bruno and Mason Greenwood just were a little too selfish. Didn't play each other in. We probably right after the Angelino goal, we had like that Mason Greenwood. I want to say 1-on-1, but it was he basically should have just played it off to Rashford. Rashford would have finished that most likely. and we would have been it would have been 1-1, and we would have been all right. I think we would have got like more confidence into us, even though they came at us in the first half. Like they did not underestimate us in a way like they did last time. I think they did last time. And Nagelsmann just came in with a plan, and he went. It was a perfect plan with stopping the ball from being played out from the back into the Matic and McTominay, and after pressing them, they really just couldn't get the ball out the back. Like that first 20 minutes, it was just like they were just in our half the whole time, and it was just like, when are they going to score another goal? When are they going to score another goal? Oh wow, they scored another goal! How surprising! And just a lack of I don't even there was no cohesion. There was no team. Like it seems like they were all training on their own during the week and decided to show up for a Sunday league game. It was just the worst first half. I think I want to say this year. We just watched the West Ham game where it was like one terrible team and then one great team in the after half. This was just like one terrible team. Donnie came on. It started to get a little bit brighter, but there was still a very dim light at the very end of the tunnel, and then it started to open up a little bit when Pogba and Brandon Williams came on. But definitely, we cannot rely on these second half games. I know that PSG also just know PSG and Istanbul had a delay because of an incident with one of the refs. Apparently, that game, I just got a notification at this very moment that the match will restart following a suspension of the fourth official. That was on Demba Ba that I guess had it was a racial slur, I guess. I'm not going to read into it until I hear what actually happened. But yeah, so that's going to go on. But I think regardless of that result, we're still out. So that doesn't even matter anymore. Yeah. Definitely not a result that I wanted to see. Definitely not a result I was hoping for. I would have been fine with a draw, honestly. And it's not that we should have played for a draw, but I don't want to say Leipzig was not are not that good, but I feel like we had enough quality to have been not so passive and so defensive in the beginning of the game. I felt like we just gave them a little bit too much credit in that first 20 minutes where they were just coming after us, and like it's not like we haven't played these guys before. I know, like obviously, like Nagelsmann, great game plan, but it's not that much of a different team. And we saw in the second half at the end where Leipzig was like, after that second goal, they slowed the game down so that we can get that equalizer, which probably won them the game. The way they played out of there, because they were basically running the ball, like just holding onto the ball. And I think they even went to the corner like 20 minutes left in the game. So they were desperate to hold on for the result. And it's not like we were completely terrible the whole game. It's just that like once the first goal happened, basically the last 20 minutes is where the quality of the team really shined. And when you started to kind of believe something was going to happen, after that second goal where it happened, or where Pogba dinked it off of or dinks it onto Maguire's head, and then it bounces off Koyate, and then I don't remember the goalkeeper's name. He's like Hungarian. Basically, I think tips it, but like it goes in, and we're like, "What's happening? Is this really happening? Are we coming back? Like, why is this happening?" It almost, with the last couple of games I've watched, all going back to like Southampton, it seems like, oh man, like it's after going all through that game, PSG and West Ham, it's like, no, just not saying give up, but like, why are you doing this to me? Why are you doing this to us? Why are we having to sit through a game like this and hope, but then like have no hope because you're not going to be optimistic about the result? And that's how I felt. It was like, all right, cool, we got the second goal. Let's make this happen. Come on. I was getting loud. I had to close my door. But it just didn't feel like it didn't happen. It was gonna happen, and it didn't. It very much felt like the last minutes of the Europa League semifinal against Sevilla, where we were trying to make something happen. They held on, and it was like, damn. It felt very similar to that. So yeah, let us know in the comments down below of the results. Let us know if you thought Ollie had a good selection or a good setup to start off with, because it didn't feel like we were even ready for this game at all in the first 10 minutes. Even before the Angelino goal, it just like they were just stretching us. Yeah, we're gonna transition to one more thing I want to talk about, and it's this guy. It is the ref. I don't know his name. I don't care to learn his name, but man, something's wrong with this guy, because it wasn't just us that were getting the yellow cards. Because Bruno got a really early yellow card because I guess he ticked him off a little bit the way he was talking to him. But man, this guy's a bit of a diva, honestly. And even the announcers, I was going off of I was switching back and forth between watch along and the commentators, just because I was on my phone watching it for the first half, really, because I was yeah, anyways. But he just kind of set the tone of the game in a bad way, with especially the first yellow cards. Even the Sabitzer got a yellow card. Luke Shaw got a yellow card he was undeserving. He actually won the ball. That was actually his only good moment of the game. And there was other yellow cards in this game that were just like real sus. Like this guy, and then after a foul, after a yellow card, he was just like lecturing everybody. And it came to the point to where even he had to talk to the camera didn't show who he was yelling at, but Ollie was like, he called Ollie over off the bench to talk to him on the side of the pitch, and Ollie was trying to calm the ref down, which was absurd. And I understand, like, you see games and you see the guys warming up on the side, or you see the assistants and the other coaches, yell and berate at the refs, but this guy was not having nothing. And he got into it with everybody, almost, it felt like. And I honestly, he was probably, I'm not gonna be him the reason why we lost the game, but he definitely set the tone for the game by just being a complete diva. Honestly, he was more of a diva than it seems like than Neymar. So this is like the one thing I want to know. Did you guys think this ref, whoever the heck his name is, really affected the game? Because I thought so a little bit, just because of the way he handled the yellow card with Bruno, and then Bruno kept on going at him, and it seemed like whatever they were talking about, like Bruno had a legitimate argument, because it's just not Bruno to just go off on someone like that. He's an intelligent player. He's a well experienced player. He wouldn't just go off on a ref like that for no reason. So, real sus about this guy. Sorry, I'm using the word sus. I have no other way to describe this guy. But regardless, that has been it for the review. We are going to be doing a preview for the men's national team, I think, right after. No, I'm not going to do a preview for that. I'm going to do a review. That'll be tomorrow. And I will also be doing a kind of a midweek podcast and then a preview for the Man City game. Hopefully, my friend will be able to help me out with that review, because he's a City fan. So to get some insight on to City. I have been theeradillo, the ugliest Manchester United fan in the world. Thank you guys for joining us on theeradillo FC. We'll see you guys in the next whatever it is. Cheers.